Two more lovers leave, and Love Island gets grimy today, guys. Also, I unmask our snarky announcer. It's all going down right here. It's hot in Fiji. It's cool in my studio. Love Island After Show.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I'm telling you, the show is getting grimy. Today's episode got dirty, everybody. What is up? What is up? I am back here. I missed you guys yesterday. I had to go and do an actual wedding, but I'm back here. We're talking about both episodes. I am your host, Mike Thieling. Of course, we're going to go over everything that happened yesterday and today. And then, of course, at the end here, I'm going to rate our couples who are now recoupled, and everything is going crazy. But first, I got to shout it out to your producer, your boy in the booth, Josh.
What's going on? What's going on?
Josh, you haven't been with us for a while, man.
I have not, so I'm ready to catch up with all.
We missed you. It's gotten a lot crazier since like the first couple episodes. So glad to see everybody joining us right here in the chat. Meg, Realist, Kate, Amy, what is up, guys? Thank you so much. Let us know in the chat. I'm reading you guys. I'm right along here with you. Let us know what you were thinking about everything that went on these past two episodes. Realist Answers right off the bat says, we just want today. Yeah, don't worry. Yesterday is going to be a really quick recap because it's mostly about what happened today. So don't worry about it. So speaking of that, let's just get right into it. Yesterday, we had, of course, the aftermath of the recoupling, and we know that Winston sent that text to Kira. Winston, new guy on the island from Big Brother. All you Big Brother fans, CBS is really crossing over here and shooting us some Big Brother people into Love Island. He goes on a tiny little date with Kira, and it seemed like that date went okay. It wasn't anything crazy. You got to feel bad for Winston here. So as opposed to the past few times new people have come onto the island, they've all come in pairs so far, except for Winston coming in by himself. So he's really at a disadvantage. He doesn't have any buddies. He doesn't have any instant friends in there. And he doesn't really know the scope of it. We don't know how much the producers have let him in on what's going on or let him watch any of the previous stuff. So essentially, you think he's basically just picking Kira based on looks. He's attracted to her. That's great. He doesn't realize that she's probably in one of the stronger couples on the island right now. So you got to feel a little bit bad for him. Give it up. It seemed like they have a good date. But then in the aftermath of it, it seems like Kira cemented herself with Cash. That date really showed her, hey, nothing is certain, right? So I have to be willing to open up in case some new girl comes in and tries to take Cash away. At the same time, which I thought was really interesting, the fact that Winston took Kira away made Cash question the stability of their relationship a little, and it was a little bit of a reality check, a wake-up check for both of them, because Cash was all in, and it seemed like after her date with Winston, he was a little like, maybe I got to be open. Whereas Kira was a little bit closed off to Cash. And after that date, she said, I need to be more open and make sure we really solidify it. So I'm not sure. Real quick in the chat, we got a lot of love for Winston. Good stuff. And Mimi G says, I don't know if Kira and Cashel are strong. Unpopular opinion. I think that's an unpopular opinion. I think they're fairly strong, at least at this moment right now. Rebecca, what is up, gave me a perfect segue into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, was the fact that Kristen says she wants 7 kids. Dude, Josh, you down to have 7 children with your future baby mama?
I mean, listen, just like as all good Catholics should, I think that's about the right number. But
7.
I think that might be a little too much. But I wanted to ask you, is she really that much of a baddie, as Rebecca Sarah Coffey says?
Wow. I mean, okay. She is the one who we found out previously, unless somebody correct me if I'm wrong, she is the one that set fire to her roommate's bed, had a little bit of arson going on. So she is kind of a bad girl. Spoiler, doesn't matter. She got kicked off this episode tonight anyway, so irrelevant. However, interesting that she just tossed out there that she wanted to have 7 children for a lot of guys, and especially these young dudes who went out to Fiji to just like rip it and hook up with girls and have fun. It's like, whoa, that's a little too intense for me
like
right off the bat.
It's just like that's pretty much a killer vibe right there. It's like, especially if you're going to an island looking for the hookup, like I'm pretty sure most of these guys are. When someone throws that out of the way, they're just like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what life stage you're in, I guess. Yeah, look that up for me if you don't mind, Josh, real quick. I want to make sure that it was Kristen. I'm pretty sure it was Kristen who did the like the roommate bed on fire. Either way, 7 kids is a lot. Next up, real quick, I promise we're going to get through yesterday's episode quick, but I really, really loved what happened next with Winston. I love this show because, as you guys know, I cover a lot of the reality shows, a lot of the dating reality shows, specifically here on AfterBuzz. I love that each of the little segments, the dating segments or the people coming in and even the people getting kicked off, it's all different. So it's not, when we first had Cormac and Dylan come in, it is, right, Josh? I see you pulling it up right now.
Yeah, it totally is. Apparently, she's had a history of just the wild things going on. So
that picture of her right there is the best picture they've had the entire time. I feel like it's got a little face tuning going on.
I mean, just the first perspective, I would not assume that, but then I don't know how she is obviously in person, so that could be a different opinion from there.
I don't know. Regardless, when we had Dylan and Cormac come on, they got to have 2 quick dates, right? When the girls came on, they got to steal people like overnight. Totally different. Now, Winston, he gets to do 3 dates back to back to back, making meals prepared for the girls. I just thought that's really cool that they change it up every single time. And they really need that variety, again, because as we've been saying, even though now they're doing more of these little games, the games mean nothing. And there's no points and there's no real winners or losers or anything like that. So we need some kind of variety, something to give us some kind of, we need to, what's the word? We need like some texture. We need some stakes. Thank you. We need some stakes to something that's going on. And I think switching up these games does it. So Winston picks Katrina to have, the appetizer, Alexandra to have the main course, and Caro to have dessert. What did you guys think? Hit me up in the chat right now. I didn't think anything really significant came from this lunch. I felt really bad for Winston. I feel like he's in a really bad spot. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of crevices and cracks in a lot of the couples as he's coming in, and I felt bad for him. I thought he probably has the best shot at this point. No spoilers, not looking ahead. I thought he probably has the best the best chance with Caro, just knowing how her relationship with Cormac is kind of tenuous. However, then we start to get into a little off-camera stuff with Caro and Cormac, and it seems like from Caro's perspective, they're more solid than it seems like with Cormac. So Caro says she really wants something deeper. She kind of feels like it's just physical with him, but the fact is she wants something more deeper with him because she's feeling it. And then Cormac talks to the dudes and he's like, I don't know what she means by that. And to Cormac, I thought this was really interesting. What did you guys think? This is Cormac's stages in a relationship. First, it's physical attraction and flirting. Then it's sex. Then it's deeper feelings. So he was like, we haven't even had sex yet. I don't want to talk about deep feelings. She's trying to skip straight to the deep feelings. I don't know that that's necessarily everybody's like rules of engagement or ladder rungs when it comes to a relationship, but I thought it was really, really interesting. Realist answers. Winston should have took the chance with Caro. I agree. Rebecca, I don't think of anything with the lunch dates. Yeah, in general, it was just pretty boring. I think Winston's a genuinely nice guy, and I don't know if he's going to be cutthroat enough to really, really try to work hard to take somebody away from somebody else, even though he's kind of saying that he wants to. And Kate says he'll probably get with Caro to cement a place in the game. I mean, that would be a smart thing to do, 100%. So after we get this, of course, we have the Hearts on Fire dance-off, the most sober stripping game you will ever see on national television. Guys, I'm having a little rum and coke right here. Remember, when we watch, we drink because they're not allowed to. We drink because they cannot. So put in the chat what you all are sipping on right now. We have the stripper dance-off where, of course, they haven't been able to drink. Of course, they're all awkward and weird around each other. And the music that they were playing for us did definitely not match up with whatever music they had going on for them live right there. I thought that was really strange. Either way, when the girls were dancing, the guys were watching, and they had the heart rate monitors attached, and then vice versa. And then at the end, we see who made whose heart rate go higher the most. I mean, look, I know we're just doing a silly dating reality show right here. It's not a big deal, but I can't even begin to get in how unscientific this is and how not an actual indicator of attraction or anything like that, that they're trying to make it a proxy for that. It's so far from any of that. I mean, God, your heart rate could completely depend on what girl just happened and you were thinking about her, or it could be, you know, you being nervous that you don't like that guy, but he's like half naked right in front, whatever. At the end, what we see is Caro killing it. Unsurprising. We all love Caro.
Yes,
And
we do.
We do. We love Caro. What is this? Kate saying Elizabeth was crazy. No wonder she's on Instagram. Yeah, Elizabeth really pulled it out. It was really fascinating. Alexandra really going for a long shot there with the hot dog thing. That was not sexy, but it was kind of goofy and fun, and that's probably what she was going for. So that's cool. We know she's pretty solid with Dylan anyway. And then on the girls' side, I'm just double checking here. It was completely mixed. No one guy got more than one girl's heart rate up. So I was glad, honestly. You know, I like to see the drama. I like to see all the fights and stuff like that because that makes it interesting. I was glad that this actually didn't have an effect on anything because that would have been really dumb. If anybody actually took it to heart that somebody else made their heart race, this fake stripper, that would have just been a stupid twist to the show. Let me see what you guys are saying up in my chat. Amy says, I bet Cormac's heart was beating the fastest during his own performance. Maybe. I mean, we love that the announcer can never understand what Cormac is saying, and obviously that won't be a problem anymore. We need to get somebody else in here with a crazy thick accent. Meg says, I think the guys like Alex being silly. It's cute. The hot dog made me love Alexandra. Kate says, yeah, okay, I guess. I don't know how serious we're actually taking these games. Again, there's a prize. You don't get anything. So there really is no incentive to actually try hard. So yeah, I like her being herself. I just thought it was a risky move if in the end there actually was something to be won. Either way. Good. And then at the end of the episode, we find out that America is going to be voting. And put in the chat here, are you guys using the app? Are you guys voting? Get in on it if you want to have an effect on the game, because it actually does work. America was going to vote on who they thought was the most compatible couple in the villa. And we know the bottom two couples were going to be at risk for being dumped from the island. And that is where we ended yesterday. All in all, if I'm being totally straight up and honest, a fairly boring, uneventful episode. It was really just a setup for tonight's episode with the big kind of cliffhanger. Ooh, look, where America's going to be voting and some serious stuff is going to happen on Friday, which of course it did. But other than that, I thought it was really just a setup episode. Ooh, Realist voted. Rebecca voted. Good. You guys are participating. That's what makes the show even better. So good. Real quick. We want to thank, of course, everybody for tuning in. I love that you guys are here with me every day. It's a commitment, guys. We're in this. We're in Love Island. We're on the island. We're in Fiji. We're having a good time. I see all of you in the chat. Amy, Meg, Kate, Realist, Answers, Rebecca, Mimi. Thank you so much, guys. Of course, you know I'm here with you every day doing Love Island. But AfterBuzz has after shows for all the different shows that you guys love to watch across all different genres and everything. I, of course, do Bachelorette. I do Married at First Sight. I do Love Island. You can see a theme. I do the reality shows where people are trying to fall in love. But we've got an after show for you guys no matter what shows you are interested in watching. So if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and give us a big subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up. I am married. Forgot to put my wedding ring back on when I fixed my hair. There we go. Give me a big subscribe across all the YouTube channels. Give us a thumbs up. Give us some comments. Of course, if you're listening to me on iTunes, give me a 5-star review. Let us know you did. Give us some comments so I can shout you guys out. We really appreciate y'all making AfterBuzz the ESPN of TV talk. Before we get in today's episode, guys, from day one, we've been talking about our snarky announcer. He's ramped it up. You know, the episode 1, the premiere, he was, just a little snark. And then it's just taken off from there. So Josh is putting his picture up. We are unmasking him. This is Matt Hoffman. This is our announcer. This is Mr. Snarky. His name is Matt Hoffman. I found him for you guys. Don't get it twisted. I just looked it up on IMDb. Wasn't a big deal, but thought let's put a face to the name and to the voice of who's kicking it snarky style. I like to think that this guy is just watching raw footage and coming up with this stuff. Maybe they got a great team of writers, but what he was doing tonight with like, hey cameraman, I wonder what the pool looks like. Boom, slow zoom into the pool. It's just magic. I love it. The guy's doing such a good job. He deserves a lot more gigs. I hope he gets it. So today we pick up right where it left off yesterday. Right after the stripping game. We know America is going to be weighing in and doing some cool stuff and sending somebody home. We don't know how, where, or when yet. Amy says, love him, but you're still my favorite host. Thank you so much. I would love to go on Love Island and host Love Island. I would have a lot of fun. But again, guys, remember, we're still looking for someone like me to roll up in the island and just slay these girls. I'm telling you, if they just get some normal dude like me who's not obsessed with his six-pack, he's going to win, no doubt. So we come in today. off of yesterday. And Caro talks to Cormac about Alexandra. Caro says, flip that. Wow. Man, I just got so excited by seeing Matt's picture again and knowing who the voice is. Caro starts talking to the other girls about Cormac. She talks to Alexandra. She talks to somebody else. She says that she's liking him. She talks to the other girls, and she actually does. I'm going to double back on myself. She does tell him that she's liking it, and Cormac is very silent. So Cormac, right off the bat this episode, giving our girl Caro negative vibes. It just something in your gut, if you're her or if you're us watching at home, something seems wrong. It seems off. They were canoodling yesterday in bed. She was kissing him all over his face. I don't know what this Irishman wants, but it evidently isn't Caro, and it's not looking good for us right off the bat. Caro tells the girls she's super used to guys being really into her. All right, little humble brag there. I'm used to guys chasing me. I'm hot, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And she's feeling the Cormac isn't into it. She's right. Okay, we see him go to the other guys and tell the other guys, look, I'm having a lot of fun with Caro, but I don't really know. It's not really deeper or anything like that. I don't know. So, again, right off the bat this episode, we're feeling very tenuous about them. I thought this next part, the show was trying to set us up. When we see Zach talking to Elizabeth, not expecting her to be super sexy when she came out and did the stripper game, I thought they were going to set us up for a fight. And oh man, did I think that was going to be so weak if they tried to play us like that. Relax. You guys have all known each other about 12 days. It's a stupid game where, honestly, for the stripper game, Josh, they were wearing more clothes than what you would see on Venice Beach right over here. So,
is that really a stripper game?
Not really. Not a big deal. The only people that made out during the stripper game were couples that were already coupled up anyway. Who cares? That would have been so dumb, but luckily for us, it wasn't a big deal. They didn't make it really into anything. Caro approaches Winston about getting to know her. Really smart move. I loved this. We felt the tension between Caro and Cormac. One of them's got to do something, and she's really the one that has the power right now because of Winston being in there and being a single guy. There's no single girls, so Cormac has kind of painted himself into a corner here. If he's not going to really step it up with Caro or really go all in on her, we know it doesn't look like he is, so I thought this was a great move on her part. Let me check in with you guys in the chat. Osawe says it was obvious they were going to save the people that they have ties to. Yeah. Amy, I love him, but you're still my favorite. Oh, I'm going back too far. Sorry. Rebecca says, thanks, Mike. I love Mark. He does a good job, but Mike, you're a good host. It's Matt. Remember, it's Matt. A lot of those. There's too many M names, Josh. There's too many M names. I'm Mike. The actual announcer is Matt. He and I should do a collab together. It'd be amazing.
Going back, there's Caro and there's Cormac. There's a whole bunch of letters. I can see how it's easy to get confused right there.
I mean, please, are you kidding me? We had Weston, and then the new guy coming in is Winston. That's like a letter different. Just trying to confuse everything. Kate says, oh my God, Zach blew it. Just ask if you want her to be your girlfriend. Yeah, that was fascinating. That comes up in a little bit. We're gonna get into that just a little bit more. And yeah, speaking of which, Yemen, this is so sad. How many, okay, if you guys are watching me right now and you are a lady that was attracted to Yemen, did this just kill it for you? Did today just completely kill your vibe? Because we see Yemen making out with Kristen in bed. Okay. Then today, they separately talk to their specific gender groups about it because we don't hang out with people from the opposite sex. Only the guys hang out with them. Okay. So Yemen is talking to the dudes, his bros, right? Oh yeah, Kristen and I made out last night. It was amazing. I'm 100%. Yeah, it was so awesome. And, oh man, I'm really feeling this girl. And then Kristen goes and talks to the girls, and she was like, can we talk about how awkward and terrible it was kissing Yemen last night? I about lost it. I felt so bad for this dude because he was in it, man. He said, this is it. This is the girl. I like her. Everything is great. Oh, he was really excited. And then she just crushed it, man. They were talking about something kind of silly and funny. And then I guess Yemen just let's give him credit. He completely misread the situation, completely had terrible timing, and it was just like, whoop, slam face, kiss, and she was like losing it. And you saw when they were making out, she started laughing and pulling away, and it was like, hey, what you doing? Haha, come back here. It's just like, not good, dude. Not good, not good, not good.
Well, Realist Answers on the chat says Yaman got what he deserved. I was no longer attracted to Yaman after his dishonesty with Elena, so yeah, there's that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people... I mean, Mimi G says the same thing. I stopped caring about Yaman after Alana left. I think how that whole situation went down rubbed a lot of fans the wrong way. We knew Yaman and Alana seemed like an amazing couple right off the bat, and he really kind of ditched her at the first chance he got, almost, when you think of it, because Kristen was in the pair of the first new girls to come on the island. That was his first opportunity, and yikes. And he really dumped her, and I think that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So you are definitely not alone. Rebecca says, I never liked Yaman. I liked Cormac and I liked Winston. Yeah, Yaman thing was sad, but I just felt really bad for him because Kristen just completely pooped on him. So then, Zach, this is the part, I'm so sorry, I forget who said it in the chat, but this is the part they were bringing up when Zach tells the guys, I could really see Elizabeth being my girlfriend. I was like, whoa, bro, yeah. I mean, Zach and Elizabeth are the couple to watch right now, right? If they haven't explicitly had a conversation saying, let's just take this to the end, they really, really should somehow when the mics aren't on, because it seems like they have a genuine love connection, and it seems like they shouldn't have a problem not going with anybody else. And obviously we as America and international, love them as a couple. They seem really into it. They can take it the whole way if they don't screw this thing up. I think right now, Josh, let's get the AfterBuzz prediction music right now. We're doing it early. We're doing it right now. Cat B says, I'm still sad Michael left. Yeah. Oh, that's it. It's good. We're good.
And now, AfterBuzz TV.
Oh, yeah. Prediction. This is Zach and Elizabeth's game to lose. 1,000%. If they stay on the straight and narrow, they will win. They are obviously falling for each other. I believe that it's genuine. And just that picked with the simple strategy of just don't pick somebody else. Just be straight up you and me. We even see Elizabeth giving Winston like wing woman advice, right? This is Zach and Elizabeth's game to lose, and that is my prediction. Boom, you got it. So they go and they talk, and just like whoever it was, shout it out in the chat again if that was you. I'm so sorry I lost the name. Zach just needs to say, be my girlfriend. Just ask her to be your girlfriend. It's so obvious. I could see you being my girlfriend. Saying something like that, guys, just confuses women that much more, as we see immediately with Elizabeth going, what does that mean? Are you asking me to be your girl? Are we in a good... she has no idea. That was dumb. Just say, will you be my girlfriend? It'll be fine. But we like it. He says he's a procrastinator. We knew that he had a really hard time actually kissing. Muriel Joseph, I love Zach and Elizabeth. Kate, yep, they're going the whole way. That's what it is. That's what it is. Kate, just tell her you're a man, for heaven's sake. Well, that's okay. Different people, different speeds, but he's obviously there, so you might as well go for it. Okay, and then we get a text. Ooh, we love the texts, don't we? Kate, that was you. Thank you so much. We love the texts, guys, because now we're going to have a game. Josh, are you ready for today's game?
Let me have it.
This was terrible. Who else almost threw up while watching tonight's episode of Love Island? Because I was there, and I have a strong stomach, and I thought this was terrible. This, remember, guys, I don't want to talk too much junk on the show because I love it. I really love this show. But remember, this is the show that will not have our contestants have more than 2 drinks a day. 2 drink maximum a day. But the game is take as much food in your mouth as you can, spit it into your partner's mouth, and then have them spit it out onto the plate. That's the game we're playing today. And again, remember, this is a game for no stakes. There's no winning. There's no losing. It means nothing. What are we doing right now? This made no sense. This was the grossest game. And just like Realist Answers said, they had a milkshake part. How did something so gross, you're forced these kids to do this sober. How does this not have some kind of prize at the end of it? This is terrible. Exactly like what Josh is going to put on the screen right now. It is like a mama bird digesting food and then spitting it into the baby bird's mouth. Except the baby bird needs that to survive. These people don't need it for anything. As Amy Wee says right now in the chat, it's like we were watching Fear Factor. Shout out to Joe Rogan. Oh my God, this was gross. I don't even know what to say to recap this. Aside from the fact that the little shimmy motion was completely unnecessary. The game was unnecessary because there was no prize. And for some reason, Weston was sick. So this is what we'll say about him. Rebecca said, I hated the game. It's gross. I felt it could have been played on Survivor. They do games like this on Survivor. I am one of the hosts of the after show for Survivor. It's literally my favorite show that's currently airing. Favorite show of all time, Josh? What's your favorite TV show of all time, Josh?
Favorite TV show
all time?
Oh, goodness. I would have to say probably reality-based, The Ultimate Fighter.
All right. It doesn't have to be reality-based. Mine is not. I'll give you another shot if you want to change it. Putting Josh on the spot, guys.
Yeah, you definitely are. Oh, boy.
Putting Josh on the spot.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually about to start watching this. The World's Strongest Man in History on the History Channel.
Okay, you might be too young for this. World's Strongest Man competition used to be the bomb. It was like late night ESPN or something like that, and the competitors from Iceland always won. They're crazy nuts. My favorite show of all time, easy, bro. It's I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy is the best show that was ever created. Ever. However, Survivor is my favorite show that's currently airing right now, and they absolutely used to do these, but they don't do them anymore because it was so gross. They don't do gross eating challenges anymore. However, Survivor and a gross eating challenge is where I found out originally about balot. My wife is Filipino, and I had a bunch of balot when we went to the Philippines because I thought it was like my own Survivor challenge. Rocky Renan says, that's gross, and I'm a nurse. Yeah, exactly. If you're a nurse, it's going to be even grosser because you know all this stuff. Okay, we've talked about this enough. The whole point and the main takeaway of this game was the fact that Weston was sick, which allowed Winston to play, because remember, he's single and has no partner, and he, of course, got to play, speaking of which, just a little coincidence, with the Filipino, Katrina, who, again, remember, she just paired up with Weston. So, decent shot that she's really not sold in on that yet. Could be a really great place for Winston to move in. In fact, I think that Katrina and Caro are Winston's best shots at this point while I'm watching right now. These are the two women I'm saying he should really go after, because Caro, we know, is really by herself. Basically, the Cormac thing isn't happening. And not only is Weston sick, but Katrina hasn't necessarily formed a great bond with them. That was the only thing I really took away from that game. Okay. Winston tries to kick it a little to Katrina, but Cash won't stop cleaning his sunglasses. This was great. And again, if anything, this solidified Zach and Elizabeth even more, okay? Because Elizabeth is wing-womaning. She sends him out. She says, go talk to her, okay? Because he says, I kind of feel like Katrina, actually. So go talk to her, but no one will leave them alone, right? Cash is cleaning his sunglasses. Then Kristen is in there just doing stuff or whatever. So extremely unromantically, Winston, when they're all outside, is just like, hey, Katrina, let's go talk. Dude, you got to be smoother than that, Josh. You have to be smoother than that.
What do you mean by that?
You can't, like, okay, if you think you might like this girl on the island, you can't just blurt out like, hey, let's go chat. Because her reaction is like, oh, wait, whoa, what? Oh, he had to wait it out more. He had to find a time when they were actually alone, and you got to be smoother about it.
I definitely would agree, and especially if you're going to do it in front of all those people. He's like, hey, let's go take a chat or anything like that. It kind of makes it in an awkward position, not only for yourself, but for the girl as well. And speaking for personal experience, being a lot smoother to just having some time alone to talk is definitely a lot better than just announcing it.
That's right. And just like Realist Answer says, Weston likes Katrina more than she likes him. That's absolutely right. That's 100% right, and not good for Weston, because that could be a tenuous relationship. So they go in, they have a little chat. Katrina really says, she actually misses Weston, which, that felt really bad for Winston, just hearing that. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't have said anything at all. And I thought, oh man, that's too bad, because I thought that was one of your big opportunities. So probably not good there. Kira talks more to Alexandra about feeling like in this friend zone with Cash, and now she says it to Caro too. This really had me worrying for the two of them. We thought that Cash and Kira were pretty much a lock, and now ever since Winston came in and took Kira on a date, Kira has been talking about how there's bad stuff going on with them that's kind of unspoken. She hasn't really told anybody about it, but there's bad stuff going on in the relationship. They feel more like friends. He's such a nice guy. He's cool. I talk to him. But maybe for some reason there's not the romance there. There's not something going on. So this is definitely revealing some problems that we didn't know about before, and it could lead to them breaking up. We're not sure. And then, dude, out of nowhere, what was this? Caro, Kira, Alexandra all reveal that they have a crush on Weston, but we haven't seen them act like this at all, to their credit. So they're all being really good with the dudes that they're connected up with. But it seems, guys, do you remember just 2 episodes ago when Weston was with Mallory and it was obviously not going to work out? They weren't a love connection. They told each other that they weren't a love connection. We knew they were not cemented. Why isn't Caro going after Weston? Why isn't Kira going after him when, you know, she was basically there from day one as well? Why is no one going after this guy when he's essentially single and they could lock up because Mallory was leaving anyway? That was really, really strange. So then the best part of the episode, before we get to this, let me check in some with you guys right up here. You guys are awesome. Mimi G, all the girls love Weston. Yeah, exactly. Realist says, I think Kira's perceptions are correct. The way he initiated the conversation about entertaining other girls. You know what? Yeah, but they've been saying that since they got together. Cash and Kira, since day one, have constantly said, when other people come in, it's cool. We're going to go talk about it. We're going to talk to them. We're going to explore it if they want to. So I wasn't weirded out by that, but just the fact that there are actual problems going on that we didn't know about. Kate says Winston, after that chat, needs to go for someone else, Caro, and then for the girls coming on board. Yeah, absolutely. Caro is the safe bet right now for Winston, which still, especially to Josh, who, you know, Josh, are you single right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so is Ryan, other producer Ryan. So you both are going to have to compete for Caro once she gets off the island, because we know that you guys both like her. So
if it's a physical challenge, I think I got the upper hand.
Oh, wow. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Oh, man. If we're going to do MMA AfterBuzz, Josh versus Ryan, I don't know. Ryan's given up some weight on that. I feel like you guys are not in the same weight class. That might not be fair.
It's just like, that would be like early UFC. It would just be
oh, yeah.
even matches and everything. It'd just be like a total circus show.
A straight up Kumite where, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the sumo guy versus the Silat fighter. Oh, yeah, it'd be amazing. Anyway, guys, by the way, just random aside, I don't know how many UFC fans are watching me right now, but you can actually watch the entire UFC 1 on YouTube for free. Go back and watch that. That is some stuff. Regardless, what else do you guys got here? Realist, Caro likes anyone that can keep her on the island. Yeah, that's the sad thing. Caro, Amy Wee says Caro's in trouble. Cruella Angel says, I think Cashel and Caro actually work together. Raven, you made it. Thank you so much for joining us live. Guys, I'm worried about Caro, and I don't know. Like, I feel she's digging her own grave with this one. Just like we see, now I'm skipping ahead a little bit because we know right now they're going to reveal America's vote, and we're going to see who gets kicked off. And let's just jump right ahead and let me explain what I was thinking about. Amy says UFC 1 was epic. Yeah, it was. Right off the bat with you, we're going to go tangents now, Josh. Right off the bat with UFC 1, when I forget the fighter, but whoever was down and someone kicked him in the face and the tooth went flying, that was the first fight ever at UFC. You knew this was some real live stuff, and I'm trying really hard not to curse right now. Okay, we get into the decoupling, let's call it, where America voted. Everybody was safe except for these two couples, Caro and Cormac, Yaman and Kristen. Big trouble for Yaman and Kristen, I thought, because he just broke up with Alana. So I wasn't sure how the house was feeling about that. Obvious move, Caro and Cormac, because America knows they're not really right together, right? We've seen them talk. We know they're not a match. America, I thought with this vote with Yaman, is punishing Yaman, saying that was stupid. We like you with Alana. That was a good match and you threw it away for nothing. That's what I read into it. With Caro now, because you know the four of them, they go into the kitchen and the rest of the crew on the island decides who's going to be safe and who has to go home. My whole thing with Caro is just like, someone help me out. Who was talking about? It wasn't Dylan. Was it Weston? Weston, someone was saying how she goes around and flirts with all the other guys. It's giving her a bad reputation just on the island of like 11 people. So she is obviously seen as somebody who is not a solid partner, who can't necessarily be trusted. And that's not what you want when you're trying to couple up with somebody, to potentially fall in love with and to date, but also, at least in my mind, because I'm a strategist, I'm a gamer, to go all the way in this game and to win the money at the end. You don't want somebody who's going to go flirt around with everybody else. You don't want somebody who's going to go jump ship the next time some hot guys come in, right? You want a solid partner. So I was worried for her big time. Meg, Blue Shift Eyes, what is up? You're always here. I think Caro has played this wrong from the start. I agree, unfortunately, because I like her. I think she's cool. Raven, Cormac's logic is terrible. Well, Kate called it. The OG stayed. Amy, there's no coming back from dissing her natural hair. Yeah, that was the terrible move. Josh, you weren't here for that, but Caro's partner actually said he liked it better when she wore a wig rather than her natural hair. Big mistake.
Never, ever do that.
Big mistake. And Raven said she did say she loved dating apps. A lot of people, I've married a lot of people who have met their spouses on dating apps, but there are absolutely a contingent of people who use dating apps just to hook up and play the field and whatever. So who's to say what type of person she is? But at least from the behavior on the island, it seems like she might like to date around. I don't know. That doesn't mean sleep around. That just means date around and meet a lot of people. So I don't know. Regardless, the island decides to send home Cormac and to send home Kristen. So, exactly right. The OGs stayed. They kept Caro and they kept Yaman, who were in their original group. I wonder if the next time we have an elimination like this, it will stay along original people lines as well, because that's kind of crummy, and that really gives everybody coming in brand new a big disadvantage. Or does it? Because the cliffhanger ending for today, I loved it. Josh, on Monday, the big news from Monday, Amy says, bye, Felicia. That's right. On Monday, we get the Love Island yacht pulling up to Love Island and is going to just deposit and dump out a bunch new singles. We don't know how many. We don't know what genders. We don't know who they are. They already, did they couple up on the boat? We don't know. This is a big surprise for us. So we're going to find out right along with all the other Islanders, and they are in for a big surprise. That's exactly right. They're used to 2 people coming in at a time and kind of dealing with it, or 1 person like Winston. Now they're just about to be flooded with a bunch of people, and oh my God, let the hilarity ensue. It's like fresh meat time. There's going to be a lot of drama. People are going to be fighting, but I cannot wait. Before we wrap up and I send you guys away for the weekend, real quick, got a couple more comments in the chat. Thank you so much, by the way, guys, for hanging out with me. This is amazing. We got like 30 of you guys in here checking out with us. Raven says she's got to keep her options open. I guess, but in a game like this, when you have to be paired with somebody to make it the whole way, playing the field is not a good strategy. Realist says, can we make note of how Yaman was oh so emotional about Kristen, whom he just met 2 days prior? Yeah, it was really weak. I don't want to judge him and say that he was absolutely fake, but it was suspect. I feel like Realist says he was just nervous that he was going home. But at the point when he was crying, he knew he was safe. So I don't know. I feel like he actually liked her, and I kind of felt bad. But the way he just tossed Alana aside, and it seemed like he really liked her. I don't know. The yacht is called Casa Amor. Thank you so much, everybody. I think that's straight from the European version. I'm surprised Winston didn't have to do a pick, says Kate. Yeah, Winston was just kind of flying free, which is only fair, honestly. He deserves some kind of shot, not like one day and all of a sudden he's really put under the gun. I thought that was great. Meg says Yaman obviously liked Kristen more, and 91. I'm not going to try your first. No, I am going to try the first name again today because you're here every day. Itchkle91 says Casa Amor is one of the best parts about the UK version. Guys, I'm so excited. I don't watch the European version, so I'm experiencing this brand new here, and I'm excited to not know what's coming up and to have all the twists and turns. So thank you guys so much. We're going to leave it right at that, guys. I hope you had a fantastic Friday. I hope you're pouring out a little and having a little drinks for all the Islanders who are staying sober all night. Guys, You rock. This is Love Island, of course. You are right here on AfterBuzz TV. Guys, I'm going to be right back here on Monday. We're going to see what goes on with Casa Amor. And just thank you so much for hanging out with us. Real quick, I'd like to shout you guys all out. Raven, Realist, Meg, Rebecca, 91, Amy, you guys are awesome. My name is Mike Feeling. You can find me everywhere at Mike Feeling. Until next time, don't do that weird eating game thing with anybody you love. Ugh.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.